It's Christmas time and time for a carol.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, bitches.
So it's day 23 of the Bourbon Bender. We've only got 2 bourbons left in this advent calendar. It's anybody's guess what they're going to be. We've had quite a large selection, mostly from Heaven Hill, Jim Beam, and Buffalo Trace, with a few randos thrown in there. It's all come down to this. It's just 23andMe from this point on until tomorrow. Is that a bad joke? Today we're going to be drinking Jim Carrey's favorite bourbon, number 23. Which actually recently rewatched. It's still good. Jim Carrey's last good movie, in my opinion. Did I say that out loud? Does YouTube hate me? No, girl, wait a minute. It's this one. The Elijah Craig Small Batch Barrel Proof, aka Jim Murray's #1 bourbon of the year of 2017, I believe. 62.1% volume, 124.2 proof. It's a really weird number, isn't it? This is going to be a very high alcohol bourbon, by the way. But yeah, Elijah Craig barrel proof. That's a nice way to ring in Christmas Eve, isn't it? Which is tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve, folks, and we've got the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, which I have a bottle of. It is still unopened, sealed with plastic, and one of these days I'm going to do a review video on it, but for right now I'm going to take a little taste. It's nice. I like these advent calendars. They give me an opportunity to kind of like drink the bourbons that I bought without having to actually open them. It's great. So I might as well open this guy up. Okay, there we go. Right off the bat, there's a lot of alcohol aroma, which is to be expected with something this high proof. Oof. Yeah, it's really hot too, just for the record. You do get a good vanilla bean off of it and a little bit of that caramel, but like it's definitely not as smooth as some of the bourbons we've tried. It's like, I almost feel like I have heartburn right now. It's like burning a little more than I'm used to. But again, it is more than half alcohol, so you're going to taste it. It's to be expected. So this particular bourbon from Elijah Craig was Jim Murray's, the Jim Murray Whiskey Bible's 2017 Best Whiskey. He must have been feeling a little hot that year because this is definitely a super hot whiskey. Like, that's easily the hottest whiskey that I've taken out of this box so far. You're going to get a lot of that burn from the alcohol content. It's not bad, like don't get me wrong, like it does have a good flavor, but the heat from the alcohol is very prevalent in it. So if you aren't looking for anything that heavy duty, like maybe consider going like a little lower on the Elijah Craig ladder, but it's good, but you're gonna taste the alcohol in it. But you do get a lot of like a really strong vanilla bean flavor. A good oak off of it. And actually, that sip wasn't that bad, so maybe it just needs to breathe a little bit. There's the whole story about like angels share, where alcohol evaporates and the angels take half of it. Sometimes with a whiskey like this, you have to let it breathe, almost like a red wine, where like you can let some of that residual alcohol like evaporate into the air, and it'll make the whole drinking experience a lot better. So I guess I would recommend, if you do take a sip of this, to pour it, wait like 5 minutes, and then drink it, and then it'll probably improve over that time. Plus we'll have had time to kind of breathe a little bit and warm up. All in all, a recommended strategy of drinking super high proof whiskeys. Like, you definitely don't want to be chugging them out of the bottle or anything like that. So like we're on the eve of Christmas Eve now, and we just cracked open the #1 bourbon, according to Jim Murray, who is the, I would say self-proclaimed, but like very much respected bourbon enthusiast and whiskey enthusiast in general. Like his #1 from last year. So maybe, just maybe, day number 24 at Christmas Eve is going to be something truly special. And still have my fingers crossed for an Angel's Envy cask reserve but I'm not going to be surprised if that's not what it is. This has been day number 23. I hope that you guys have been along for the ride with me so far. There's quite a few episodes behind you, but if this is your first time joining in, please go back and rewatch them. You never know what you might find out. We try to keep this program as educational as possible. I'm trying to give you my honest opinion of each bourbon as I try it, because there's a lot of whiskey out there, and it can be kind of risky to buy a bottle of something without ever having tried it. So try to think of me as your wingman on this, and I'm having tried it, relaying my input to you so you can be more educated in your buying process. It is gifting season after all, so you do want to be well informed with your purchasing. Some of these bourbons that we've tried have been in my opinion, complete duds. Others have been really profound and interesting, so you really should go back and watch everything that we've tried. No, the episodes aren't that long. It's only going to take maybe an hour of your day. By all means, pour yourself a bourbon while you watch, because that's the best way to enjoy the show and the bourbon, is to be inspired by the whiskey itself while you're drinking. So this has been day number 23. I hope that you join me tomorrow. It's going to be Christmas Eve. Going to have all those gifts under the tree ready to go and eagerly awaiting whatever's going to come next. So we're almost at a close of this series, so I just want to thank you all for joining me this far, and enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe, and remember, stay warm out there, and if you have to, drink some bourbon. It'll keep you warm all night long.